Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. How are we on this fine day? It's 39 degrees out, snow's still on, was 25 earlier when I checked. They're calling for a 50% chance of rain. So, needless to say, I'm going to do something and it's going to require an opening. And I'm going to use the tip of this screwdriver, because I ain't playing with no knives. You know how clumsy I can be, huh? And so, hey, any kind of sharp objects, I'm not allowed to play with, I say. So I'll use the tip of the screwdriver and hopefully I don't stab myself, right? Okay, so, you know, in a previous video, I was trying to get a hold of different types of flintlocks, and there was one that I really wanted it bad. So it was out for like forever. And then finally they got some in. But it was too late for me to get that one because I already bought one, because before that they'd gotten in the pistol version. And what it was the double barrel flintlock. So I had the double barrel flintlock pistol version. I took it apart after I'd shot it, and I wasn't happy with exactly how the work on the left barrel was. I think it's okay. I mean, shootable. The right barrel is solid. You know, I'm pretty well say that one there's in good shape. The other one, the plug's a little, you know, it's just something just don't seem right. So I thought, well, I'll never get one of them bigger double barrel ones because, you know, that one there was just a little bit off, and if they're all like that, I don't know if I trust them or not. Well, the double barrels came in finally, but like I said, it was too late. I'd already got the short one and wasn't really impressed with the way that left barrel plug was done. So it sold out, and then it came in, and it sold out, and then it came in, and then it sold out, and I thought, man, you know, they go through them pretty quick. Then there's a whole bunch of other ones that sold out and everything, and I had a day where I'm like, man, you know, I'd like to have that double barrel. I really would. Nope. But then, well, what can I say? You're very weak, Mr. Ed. You're very weak. Oh, I am weak, that's for sure. So I thought, well, I'm going to do it. So I did. And looky here. What is it? Oh, it's it. Yes, sir. That is it. Nice thank you on it and everything. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at it. And of course, like I said, we probably wouldn't get one, but, you know, it seemed like they were selling in and out a lot. I decided, I've been waiting for about a week for this. So, and we know how to open them because we opened one too many, right? That's right. So we're going to take a look at her and see what we got here. Hopefully it's all good. Now, I won't know until after I shoot it if the breech plugs and everything are exactly the same as in the pistol, but, you know, we'll find out. Oh, goodness. Hey, tilt her a little bit. Get her up out of there. Oh, just packed in there tight, huh? Oh, yeah, very tight. Out she comes. Oh, goodness. Looks like she might have had a bit of a rough trip, huh? So sometimes they throw that stuff around like footballers, huh? Yeah, and that's not good. Oh, guess what? I think we're going to have to get a sharp object because we got to get the scissors to clip this tape. So I'm going to move the camera over and grab some scissors real quick. I want to get me some scissors. Should be able to find them. I mean, I have them right here somewhere. Aha! Here they are. Be careful you don't stab yourself. That's right. You don't cut off a finger, eh? Oh, don't want to do that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this here camera and set it here so we can see this guy. I'm pretty sure we can see it. We're interested in the lock area for sure. We'll kind of slide it back and forth and get rid of this old styrofoam, huh? This styrofoam here. We'll make a cut down here on this end, carefully under the tape. take this styrofoam here off. Just drop this stuff back down in the box out of the way. There's the styrofoam on the bottom. We'll give it a wee bit of a clip. Get it off of there. Yes. Yep, be careful you don't cut yourself. That's right. Say a prayer about that, huh? All right, so there we go with that. Now we're going to be fiddling with the camera. He's fiddling with the camera. Yep, he is. And we want to, there's what she looks like on the end. Right, all wrapped up and everything. So we want to go and take this tape off of the end, or this foam anyway. Right, get that out of the way. And then we're here to the lock. And we're going to go ahead, carefully etch the edge of the scissors underneath there. Get that cardboard out the way. Yes, she looks just like the pistol, so water on top. Wow, she's got a big trigger hole. That's for sure. Yep. Get this here off of the end. It's on there pretty good. We'll just pop it over. Yep, there we go. And then we can start unwrapping her. Wow, that stock looks really nice. Does this stock look nice to you, huh? Looks pretty nice to me. And then we'll work our way up to here. Look at that, double locks, huh? Wow, I'm not sure, but that certainly didn't look like the regular wood that they was using on those things. Looks a little fancier. And then I get these scissors out of the way. I don't want to scratch nothing. Well, I don't know. Do I need them still? That's another question. Slide it back and pull her down, huh? Now, looks like we shall be able to pull that right off of there, and we did. Oh, wow! Something I was not expecting at all. And that is, let me get this camera back in here. And that was a sight on the end of that baby, huh? I was not expecting that. But there she is. There's no markings on the locks, of course. But this is it. And look at the old bead on the tip of that baby, huh? She looked very dangerous. Double barrel 20 gauge shotgun. And it looks like she is wedged together like the old pistols. The breech and everything on it looks pretty much the same as on the pistols. But how does she look when you're shooting on her, huh? Oh, yes. Very nice. It looks good. Although I got low light in here, there's a reason for that. Otherwise, everybody would be blinded probably, huh? So the light is not the greatest or the best. I don't know what I could do. I suppose I could make it a little brighter after I play around here a little bit. But the lock stuff feels pretty good. It's got two triggers, of course. The triggers are very nice looking, huh? Let's cock the right side here. Oh, that sounds like a Pedersoli cock. They got a real deep ring to them compared to some of the Indian muskets who have when you cock them, it's like a more, I'm going to use, for a lack of a better word, it can be like a, oh, I don't know, if you call it rather a bit of a tinny sound or something, huh? Right? Now I'm trying to figure out how to get that bulb out of there. Oh, yes, it gets right in your old face, does it? So, yeah, so that's half cock. Let's take the second one to the half cock position. There they are, both of them at half cock. And I can't squeeze the triggers so they're locking properly. Oh, yeah. Oh, the frisons feel identical. They're identical twins, I say! Identical twins you got there, mate. All right, so let's full cock, huh? Oh, that's a nice Easy full cock. And pull the first trigger. Front trigger, right barrel, right? Yep. It's hard to do. Yep, there we go. Back trigger, left barrel. Yep. So, needless to say, not too shabby. I noticed the frizzins aren't straight up and down. The tips of them at the top, they're both identical. They're tipped back a little bit. I expect so when the flint hits it, it won't hit the tip of the top. There, it'll hit the steel to scrape. But yeah, very nice. Yeah, we like it. So let's lay it down here on the table, huh? And we'll go over it. Oh, we didn't pull out the ramrod, did we? Let's take the ramrod out. The ramrod. It's the old wooden ramrod, eh? How far down does she go? Down to there. All right. Is the ramrod tight? It's pretty thick up in here. That's for sure. Oh yeah, you can kick it in there. It's pretty tight right now, for sure. She's a wee bit oily. You know how that goes, right? So let's lay her down here real quick, and we'll take this off of there so we can get a better look at her. Oh, the lights. We love the lights, we do. But that one just happens to be right in the middle of the show. So let's take a look at her. I get my shadow off of it. Oh, we didn't look at the bottom. What's the best way to do that, to look at this guy? Get myself back here so that it's got the light on it. There's the bottom of her. That's a nice big trigger. But it's not like the fur trades where you get two fingers in there like a bow and arrow. It ain't that way. That's for sure. But she looks pretty nice. The grain and stuff looks good on the wood. Oh, Smackenzie stuff over there. Nice butt plate. Check that out. Yep, nice butt plate. The old double barrel, huh? Yes. We'll do another video. We'll take a look at the double barrel pistol compared to this. It's a different kind of wood. I'll tell you that right now. Different kind of wood. But yes, it is very nice, huh? So let me move the camera back over here. Oh my, right in that light it is. That light's bad right there. You can't see nothing because the light's too bad. Well, that's all right. We don't want to make a video too long, do we? No. So in that case, get ready and sign off. But anyway, there. Oh, did I get the very front there of this part here, where it goes in, where the ramrod goes in? It's pretty cool. Yeah. Very nice. When I was a boy, my stepdad had an old early 1900s double barrel, and it was pretty cool. And I loved hunting with that thing so much. It was so much fun to hunt with that thing. But unfortunately, he was such a nice fellow, a Christian fellow he was. And he was really nice. He tried to help out a neighbor boy one year, and he loaned him his double barrel shotgun from the 1900s. Now that gun's probably $4,000 if I could even find one like it. I can't pay that kind of money for a shotgun like that. And I'd have to save for that, you know. But I remember it was pretty cool. And he took it deer hunting, he did. I don't think he got no deer with it. And he brought it back. So, no harm done. It's great. The boy got to go hunting, enjoy himself, and bring the double barrel late 1800s. I mean, it was like it broke open and it had a button on top of it. You pushed the button forward and it broke open. Put the shells in, you opened it up, and they kicked out. I took that hunting quite a few times and had a really good time with it. I love to shoot it, but my stepdad would only give me 2 shells. And he says, I want 2 shells back, or I want 1 shell and a rabbit, or I want 2 rabbits. Don't you dare come back here any other way. So, you know, I'm out hunting and oh man, I'm telling you, there is no game anywhere. I can't find hide nor hair, no pun intended, of a rabbit, right? So I'm walking down through the woods and there's a steep bank and there's trees around, and I've always been taught, you know, you don't shoot at anything in the air except a squirrel. Make sure it's in the trees when you shoot it. But as far as anything else, you know, you're not really going to be able to think of it, anything else. But you're thinking of a rabbit. And rabbits are on the ground, so my mind's focused on the ground. And I'm walking along, and there's nothing. I've been out for a while. I decided that I would start praying to Jehovah God in heaven for this rabbit, right? And now I see why that happened, because it brought me in this time to this very moment when I will reveal a testimony to all you great folks there, so you'll be able to hear exactly this honest to God's truth. I can't even believe it, right? So I'm walking along. I know I got to shoot this gun. You know, I'm a kid, you know, a young kid. I don't know. Was I 14? Whatever. But it was that age where, you know, and I'm just think I might have got to shoot it one time. That was it. And at a squirrel or something one time, and got a squirrel with it. But game seemed to like not want to be around that particular type of double barrel. So anyway, I decided that I'm going to shoot something. So I'm standing down, and there's a hill that goes up, and I look around, and all there is trees, but up there on the side of the hill is a bush. I don't know if it's kind of a rose bush or whatever, and it's got grass around it and stuff, and there's it looks like a spot right in front of the bush is like a, I don't know, it's an old dead tree trunk or whatever. It's real short, you know, and pretty rotten. So I focus on that, right? So I take the old double barrel up and I'm boom at that stump, and I didn't even see one piece of wood fly, not a splinter, as if the shell had never even been shot. Just heard the noise, right? So I'm standing there and I thought, wow, I have no idea where that went to. So I walk up there and look in a bit of the area where I had aimed and shot, and there's nothing. So I start looking up the hill a little bit. I had shot way over top of that spot, and I hit the brush pile. It was like a brush pile. It was a little bush of grass and stuff that was kind of up behind it. There was just kind of weeds and sticks and stuff. And I walked up to it and looked, and there's a rabbit right in the middle of that brush, dead, fresh, killed. Still had one leg doing this. What do you think of that, huh? Yeah, they got a rabbit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So ever since then, that story keeps running through my mind about the rabbit. I'd never seen that rabbit, never knew it was there. Didn't even aim there, missed where I was aiming and got a rabbit that I'd never seen. But I've been praying because I prayed a lot. I've got a fishing story or two where the prayers were answered and everything, and you know, it's just amazing. I'm telling you, amazing. So anyway, we had some rabbit to eat, and it was very tasty too. I'll tell you what, when the good Lord brings you a rabbit, it tastes way better than any rabbit you'll ever get anywhere else. I'll tell you that. It is high quality stuff now, let me tell you. So I was able to have some rabbit, and that's a true story. I swear to God on my life. It's unbelievable. And I have a few of those in my lifetime. So, hey, that's the story. Woo! That was a good one, huh? So, not too many people know that, but at least it'll be documented here. You'll say, oh my goodness, that happened? It did, for real, for real. Well, I had another one time where a rabbit had a 22 rifle, and I was out in the field. We owned the property and everything, and this was in the summertime. It was warm out, and I seen a rabbit through the scope. You couldn't even see it on this rifle. I don't know what I was doing out with this rifle. I think I talked me stepdad into letting me go groundhog hunting. Of course, I ain't too swift. And of course, I'm wanting to shoot something. I can't find a groundhog to save my booty, right? So, anyway, I look up through there in the field, and you can see through the scope on this thing a rabbit. And this rabbit, you can't see it without the scope. I mean, it's way up there. And I never prayed for that one, prayed to get it or nothing like that. I don't recall doing anything like that to get any kind of rabbits. I was after groundhogs, you know. So, but I was bad and naughty and took a crack shot at the old rabbit. So, ended up getting in trouble, wasting shells. She did. You wasted my shells, boy! Ooh, you're in trouble, huh? But needless to say, he was a great and magnificent man. But hey, don't waste me shotgun shells, nor me 22 rounds. Don't waste no bullets, huh? You think they were made of gold. That's for sure. He's shooting golded stuff, he is. That's what you would think. But anyway, hey, so we got the old double barrel here. Hey, why don't you take the last of the paper towels? The last paper towels you roll. And you can start wiping her down a little bit, huh? Now, if you took this and blued it and all that stuff, it would be very modern looking as far as that goes. Everything's blued in the gun industry anymore. But yeah, I got to admit that I like it. But anyway, yep. So, you gotta be careful what you're doing out there when you're hunting and stuff like that. Pay attention, be safe. Be safe. I hunted with some people one time that was a bad influence on me. Oh, Ed, there was a bad influence. How was he a bad influence on you, Ed? How was they? How was they? Well, let me tell you. When they hunted rabbits, they hunted them like this. They took the gun. I'm going to do this without poking a hole in my ceiling, I hope. And they put their finger on the trigger, and they had it here on their shoulder. And they walked around. It's safe because it's pointed in the air back there, right? And they walked around. And then when they seen a rabbit, they pulled it up like this. And boom, they'd shoot the rabbit. That's how they did it. So stupid Ed, he does that one day. His dad wants to go rabbit hunting. And this is way down the road from when I was hunting with those folks and picked up that bad habit. And we was rabbit hunting. And I was carrying it like this, had my finger on the trigger. It was an old 12 gauge single shot. And when I brought it up this way, the weight of that particular gun and everything, when it went down, I pulled the trigger and shot up through the trees and then through the air. And the rabbit, it was gone. Yeah, believe it or not, that's a true one too, huh? So I was influenced by people, and that's what they were doing. And when I come up, the weight of it, pulled the trigger, and I shot up through the trees, and no rabbit for Ed, right? Well, guess what? I went up the way there a little piece and ran into my dad. And my dad looks at me, and he's shaking his head. And he says, son. I said, what, Dad? He said, when the hell did you start finding rabbits in trees? That might be why he didn't want to hunt with me. I kind of felt like he was off. He said, hey, Daddy, want to go hunting? No, son, I'm too busy. I don't got time for that. Yeah, if your son's going out rabbit hunting with you and shooting through the trees, you might not want to go rabbit hunting with him anymore, right? So, that's why that happened. Bad influence. Pulled it up, man. When I pulled it up, it pulled it forward and pulled that trigger. Boom. No rabbit for Ed, right? So, just one of them life lessons you learn. Maybe you see people doing that and you'll be saying, oh, wait a minute. When you bring that up real fast, you know, I seen them doing it. They were, I don't know. I'm surprised they hadn't had an accident before, and if they did, they must have realized that it could happen. Maybe they kept their finger off the trigger. That would have been a good idea. But hey, you know, you're supposed to be ready for the rabbit. You have your finger on the trigger. Nobody taught me anything. Absolutely nothing, you know. Back then, it was just, here you go, take the gun, go hunting. It's like, I've never even shot it before. I've never even shot a gun. Well, you know, you will when you find a rabbit. Okay, right. So, you know, we growed up in a whole different world when I was a young kid. That's for sure. Well, we've talked here for a whole 25 minutes, so we're going to have to say goodbye for today. I'm going to do another video here before too long. I got another cool discovery that I ran into that I want to talk about. I might tell you about my squirrel story, where I'd hunted all day long and I've been out in the deep big woods, never seen a squirrel, never seen one. All day long, hunted and hunted and hunted. Well, I was on my way home and I got into a little bit of woods that was real brushy, and the trees weren't much taller than 10 or 12 feet, and it was nothing but brush. It's kind of like one of them was a field that was growing up that had been a clear field. And I'm sitting there, and I had prayed my little batushki off to the good Lord Jehovah in heaven to get this squirrel. Get a squirrel, get a squirrel. And I tried really hard, but I had no luck. So I went back to the house. I was so tired. I got just not too far from the house, I'm going to say a quarter mile. I could see the house and the farm. And I can't walk no more. I got to sit down and take a break. I'm exhausted. So I sat down in this little bit of small, tiny trees and brush. And I'm sitting there, and I just got done asking the good Lord for this squirrel. But I didn't get any, so okay. And then all of a sudden I'm just sitting there after I forgot about, then cleared my mind about sitting there and spending the day asking for a squirrel. And I hear something wrestling in the trees, and I keep hearing it keeps coming closer, 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 and I'm sitting there, and it comes right up in front of me, and it stops and sits there, and it looks at me, and it's a squirrel, and it just sits there. So I take the gun, I pull it up, and boom, the squirrel drops down out of the tree, and Ed's having a squirrel dinner. He's eating squirrel. Yep, another true story. Hey, what can I say? So, and now I know why that happened to me and why I was gifted that squirrel from the good Lord Jehovah God in heaven. So I could tell you another true story and hunting experience of Ed when he was just a young lad. Just a wee lad the boy was, So, yeah, spend some time with your kids and your sons and the boys and teach them. That's the moral of this story. Don't just say, you just don't let them go out on their own or let other people influence them and teach them stuff. You teach them yourself, and you teach them what's right. And then you'll have good boys that'll follow you anywhere you go. They'll pick up your habits, make sure your habits are good ones. And if you don't know, train. Find the best way to figure it out and everything. That way you can be the best of teachers. Because if people don't learn nothing from you, you ain't much of a teacher now, are you? So they must learn, and they must learn correctly and safely, right? So that's what we're looking for, correct and safe training, so everyone can enjoy themselves and you never get hurt, right? So, now,
Ed, you're not one to be able to talk about that. You're a clumsy fool. You know what you did with a bayonet now, right?
Oh, yes. Oh my, I just had to move that over a wee bit. But, hey, I should have been paying more attention. Yes, I should have. So, yeah, it happens, even to the best of trainers. Sometimes they get,
I don't know what to do, George. Can you tell me what to do?
like that cat or the cat's looking for the mouse in them cartoons.
Are we going to get the mouse, George? Are we going to get the mouse?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Well, if you feel that way, stay in bed for the day and don't get up, because you're a danger to your own self, I say. And you don't want that. Well, I hope you enjoyed them stories. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of the double barrel, the long version. I don't think I showed where the wedge pin goes in. Right there. You can see where they got that bolted in. You'll tap that out. That should let the barrel. Tap that out and pull the breech screw on the top. And that should let that barrel come right off of there. Should be easy peasy. Yes, sir, easy.
Easy peasy. Yes, sir, easy.
You ain't no singer. Shut up and get your face off of there.
Right. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign off.
Sign off, you say?
Yep, that's right. We're going to sign off and wish everybody a great day. And hopefully you'll get some good grub. I'm going to probably make me some coffee, kick back and relax, and find me an entertaining television show, an old one from some time or another. I got all of the Daniel Boone's with Fess Parker series. So I think I've watched through all those with was it Mingo? Oh, that's a good show. I think I'm going to start trying to go back and watch through those again and enjoy them. But see, the problem with me is when I start watching them, then now, I didn't used to, I enjoyed them quite well, but now when I try to watch them, I start critiquing them, and I see there's a flash in the pan and everything else on the muskets. The Hollywood, they didn't follow reality as to everything that's going on and what makes muskets so cool, you know. Yeah, so sometimes they don't even have any flint in them when they go flash in the pan, right? If you're paying attention, you're looking, hey, you ain't even got no flint, man. It went boom, and it blew, and it went off. Now, I don't know if his flint been out while he was running around, acting out the show or what, but he got no flint. I don't know how he shot it, but he surely did. So that's the problem with them shows. I start finding that, and it's like, you know, because I don't know, just kind of, I'm gonna have to try to figure out how I can look past that. That's what I need to do. All right, let me get off here before I run out of space and my phone shuts off and it goes bloop. Yeah, and then I can't do nothing. So, all right, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.